Hi, I'm Jen. I'm a rule follower and I live a pretty predictable suburban life. My story is called The Time I Almost Got Arrested at Costco. It all began when my husband's coworker wouldn't stop talking about the Costco rotisserie chicken. He would go on and on about how juicy and available and cheap it was, like $4, I think. And he got my husband interested in trying out Costco. My husband was always looking for quick and easy protein for himself and our teenage son. So my husband's coworker gave him his spare card, assured him it was fine. The picture on the back is black and white, it's grainy, and if you go to self-checkout, no one even looks at it. So one Saturday we went to check it out, and honestly, we were hooked. That huge, weird smelling store had way more than snacks and cheap chicken. It had patio furniture and dishes and produce and even books. And so we shopped at Costco for months with no issue, getting cheap gas, cheap chicken, no problems. Now you might ask, why didn't we get our own membership? And honestly, the answer is probably just, we're cheap. So this summer, at the beginning of the summer, we head into Costco to stock up on snacks and maybe a patio umbrella. And we show the elderly bouncer our card. We confidently walk in and fill up our cart. And I finally go to get in the mile line long, and my husband wanders over to buy a hot dog. So as I'm standing in line, I notice that there are more employees at the self-checkout than normal, but I don't think anything of it until it's my turn. And I go to scan my card, and it's intercepted by a Costco employee. And he looks at the card, and he looks at me, and he looks back at the card, and then he leans over to whisper at a second employee. And she looks at me and looks at the card, and she comes over, and she's energetic, and she looks ready for this challenge. And I think, oh. So she looks at the card, and she says, "Are you And she's struggling to say the name. And I say, "Oh, Parrish McEwen, he's my husband." And I just confidently lie. And I say, "He's getting a hot dog." And I just gesture over there randomly. She says, "Oh, well, we are talking to people today about upgrading to a platinum membership." And I say, "Oh, thanks, I'm not interested." And I start scanning my items. And she says, "No, I really think that you would enjoy the benefits of a platinum membership. And I want to talk to you about all of those choices today." I said, "Oh, thanks, I'm really not interested. I mean, like, what am I going to do? Upgrade someone else's card?" And so I continue scanning my items. But this does not deter her. And she is still ready for this challenge. So she wanders over to some computers, and I just start scanning my items as quick as I can. I'm ready to get out of there. I don't want to know what she's doing. And as I scan my last item, I glance over to where she is, and I see a picture of my husband's coworker, clear, not grainy, color, huge, pop up on her computer, and my stomach sinks, my knees go wobbly, and I think, oh God, this is it. Like, we're in trouble. We're going to get kicked out of the Costco. We're going to get arrested at the Costco. And she starts heading back over my way, and I start scanning my items as quickly as possible, and I shove my card in the reader, and I'm furiously punching in my pin, and I'm trying to wrap this up before she gets back, and I just really feel like she's like breathing over my shoulder. And I whip around, and I'm like, oh, there she is. And I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking, like, this is how it's going to go down. Like, all of Cedar Park is going to watch me escorted out of the Costco for fraudulently using a card. And hadn't I just heard on NPR that they were cracking down on card sharing? I'm like, what am I thinking? Going to the Costco with someone else's card? And I think she has a manager approaching her, and I'm just really so nervous. I consider like knocking her over with my cart and pushing it aside and getting out of there without my snacks and my cheap chicken, even my husband. And I'm just kind of frozen there. And she looks at me and she says, "Ma'am, I scanned your card, and I can see that your family spends $9,000 at Costco a year. And I really think that you would benefit from our platinum membership." And I'm just frozen there for a moment. And I think, wait, like, aren't you arresting me? Is this really still about the platinum membership? And I just look at her and I say, "I am not interested." And I take my cart, I head to the exit where my husband wanders over, blissfully unaware of the dire situation I have just lived through. And he sighs happily and he says, "I just love Costco." And he takes a bite of his hot dog. And I just think, we are never coming here again. And so, was I arrested? Maybe not, but I will never go to Costco again. The cheap chicken just isn't worth it. Thank you for listening. And it really is true. I did hear on NPR that Costco is cracking down on card sharing. So